Hello everyone, welcome. This is the intro that I'm going to film for my new YouTube channel. My name's Sam. I've been skiing since I was about 3 years old. I've done a lot of travelling, solo travelling. I have lived in New Zealand for a few years. I've lived in Japan. I have lived in Italy. I decided from a young age that I wanted to be a ski instructor. I basically my whole life revolves around throwing myself down a hill at a high speed. All I want to do is really just travel the world and try and find the best skiing and the best mountain biking I can, really. The premise of this YouTube channel is that, just to post my good times on bikes and skis and just show what's out there. For all the fun you can have solo traveling, the memories you can make, the people you can meet, and the different cultures you can experience. That's what I want to post, basically. Just biking, skiing clips, traveling clips, and also talk about injury recovery, mental health, how I can get affected by injuries. I first became a ski instructor when I was 18. Same sort of time I really realised that I no longer wanted to be in any more classrooms or do any more studying, basically. I dropped out of sixth form and I just qualified to become a ski instructor, level 2. British Association ski instructor, and I worked in Italy for a couple of seasons just ski instructing. When I was about 20 years old, I moved to New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for 2 years in Queenstown, so I had the idea to go over there when I was 20 to teach more skiing and just ride mountain bikes. I had one of the best mountain bike parks in the world, so it was kind of to get back into my hobbies again. I did that, and then I came back after 2 years, the working holiday visa, back to England. COVID came. Got another injury and slogged it out for a couple of years back in the UK. In between going to Japan, I tried to do my level 3. I passed the ski exam, failed the teach. Went to Japan and I did some ski instructing out there. And I've just come back and I've done my level 3 now completely. So I'm a level 3 ski instructor, which is brilliant. I also have a visa for Canada. That's a backstory about me. It's what makes me tick. Biking, skiing, adrenaline sports. Love it. I just love the progression. You can keep getting better at it. It gives me something to focus on. Also gives me a ticket to travel around the world, basically. I love meeting new people. I love solo traveling. So I'm just going to give you a little backstory about why I'm in a wheelchair and why this YouTube channel is called Sick Note Sam. Sick Note is actually a nickname that my dad still gives me when he's just trying to take the piss out of me because I seem to always be injured or sick. Just to give you a quick injury list. Before I went to New Zealand, I only broke one bone, a collarbone, when I was younger, when I was racing a bit downhill. And when I was in Queenstown, I broke 3 bones at the same time in Gorge Road dirt jump. I came back here, I then suffered a PCL grade 3 tear on a mountain bike, misdiagnosed, so I had to get reconstructive surgery to fix it. Spent about a whole year in a brace before and after. I got that all prepared, got that ready while there was COVID, which was pretty hard. Then I went off to Japan and I did some more teaching. End of the season, I was doing some 720s in the snow park and my ski didn't unclip when I over-rotated my leg when I was landing, so it jarred it ripped my MCL. That was the hardest part of my life so far, just because I'd spent near enough 2 years getting my leg ready to go skiing again, to then have a bit injured. That's a bit of the history of me. That's why my dad calls me Sick Note. I'm soon to be injured all the time. I've learned a lot to do with stretching, ability training, weight training, supplementation. So my leg holds up well now, to be honest. I can still ski. It's never going to be the same, but it's not in a bad shape. With the injuries and stuff, that, you know, I know I'm in a very lucky position, the position I'm in. I have friends and I know of people that have suffered a lot worse injuries, you know, life-changing injuries. Can't pursue their passions, and some of them, they can't even live their day-to-day life normally like they used to. So while I'm sitting here talking about my injury and venting, talking about it being a hard part of my life, there's people that have suffered a lot worse injuries, doing a lot crazier shit than I ever have and ever will. So I'm just in a really privileged spot to be able to stay at my parents' house when I'm not travelling, use their gym for physio, and to have the NHS here twice now giving me an operation to make sure I can continue to do what I love for free. So yeah, you know, while I'm saying it's, you know, the hardest time of my life was those injuries and stuff, I'm also in a lot better spot than a lot of other people have been, and I appreciate that. So, you know, that's also why I wanted to create this video. It's just if people, you know, do with some advice or some help, you know, if they're dealing with injuries similar to mine, you know, ligaments, tendons, knees. So basically I've had a foot job on both of my feet. I had bunionets on either side. They've been shaved off now and my toes have been pulled out and the joint's been reconstructed and I've got screws on either side of my feet. So it's about 12 weeks till I can return back to work, 2 months laying up in bed. We're 3 weeks in now and I just had the bandages off. They've redone the bandages. You can't see them. So I'm on heel bearing shoes, so I can only put weight on my heel, and I'm on crutches, and that's for about 6 to 8 weeks till I can get back in normal shoes, and then it's a slow process. I've got to be careful not to re-break my bones. So that's where I'm at. That's why I've got the time now to create this. I've always wanted to create this channel, just document my adventures. This is probably the best time to get into it, and you know, at this point now, it's going to be just about injury recovery, how it affects your mental health and what you can do to help yourself when you recover, but to keep your mental clarity while being injured or bed. But moving on from that, it will just be a vlog where I just hopefully post an insane GoPro and bike footage to kind of show what this world has to offer in that way. I will be buggering off in about 4 or 5 months with my level 3 to hopefully teach skiing in the winter in Canada, but to get back on the mountain bikes basically. So yeah, that's the deal. I've got amazing things on the horizon. It's going to be sick. It will just be going backwards in time, talking about rehabilitation and injuries such as this. So yeah, peace out. I'm freezing cold. I'm going to get back inside the house. Peace.